Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sherelle and I do cruelty-free beauty and vegan lifestyle videos here on YouTube. And I wanted to come on today and do my postpartum care video. I feel like postpartum care is very, very, very important. And my midwives put a lot of emphasis on it because they realized how much you go through for your whole pregnancy. I was pregnant for 40 weeks and 2 days. Of course, I will go full term. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, and I just hit three months postpartum. So I wanted to talk about postpartum care. I think it's very important, like I said. One of the first things that they will recommend to you are after you give birth is to do a Sitz Bath, where you can either put, it looks like a tub that sits in your toilet. You warm it, you have some warm water in there. You could do some salts. I'll post a picture here, or you could use a squeegee bottle. Me personally, I use a squeegee bottle. It was just with time, and I was at home by myself. It was easier to do to have the bottle there. They gave me a squirter bottle, but then I also had the brand Frida. You guys know Nose Frida. They also made a squirting bottle as well. So I'll insert a picture. That was really convenient. My sink was close enough to the toilet that if I forgot to put warm water in there, I just put warm water and took care of business. For me, that was really important. I did have a couple questions, and if I have the footage still on my computer, I will insert it. But if you guys watched my birthing story when I was like, oh, mama's vagina. Everybody was like, did you rip? Thank God I didn't. I tore just a little bit. My midwife said that I could have gotten one stitch, or I can go stitch free, but the healing process might take a little longer. So I looked at my sister. I said, can I get a mirror? Let me look and see what's going on down there. And I just said, just do one stitch. You know, I'd rather have it, you know, tight and right than all over the place. So I just decided to get a stitch, and that actually took about I want to say it took about 4 weeks to heal completely, to where, because they sew you with dissolvable stitches to where there was no more stitch. So I want to say that, I want to say maybe 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, I would say. I thought it was only going to take 2, and I was kind of getting antsy, like, hello, but you know, your body has to take its own time to heal, so I was cool with that. So like I said before, the Sitz Bath, that worked well for me. You guys also want to have pads or sanitary napkins. You can also use, depends. Me, before having a child, I am very much a Tamps girl. I do not like pads. I just feel like they keep you not feeling fresh, and I just like to feel fresh. That's personal preference. So this actually took some adjusting for me after having a baby. Obviously you can't use tampons because, you know, it's not the same down there right away. You can't use them right away. So I actually put my whole list together before I went to the store. I bought all my things from Target. I just got some overnight pads. I was gonna do Depends, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna like them, so I just went with the overnight pads. After I had Denver, it wasn't crazy. The flow, it wasn't crazy, so I was about back to normal after a week, which thank God. But I still had to wear them down there. So one thing I would recommend, because you are wearing pads for a longer period of time, I would recommend using like a coconut oil on your thighs, or if you guys use Vaseline, you can use a Vaseline. Just something that's emollient and something that's a skin barrier, skin protector down there, because I ended up having some chafing, and it was so painful. You don't realize how long you're going to be wearing them for. And I even changed the, how do you call it? Is it called wetness protection? I don't even know. Like the size of it, instead of using like a maxi for the whole time of recovery, I did go down to the thin. I did wings, without wings. It didn't matter because I was wearing them for so long through my recovery. I did experience a little bit of that. I don't know if this is TMI for you guys. I mean, if you're a mom, if you're about to be a mom, TMI is like no longer a thing. Just so you guys know, that actually helped me out a lot, putting a barrier there. So that's something I highly recommend. Before you give birth, this is a tip I wish I would have known before. I would recommend, this is the nipple cream or nipple butter that I've been using, and I wish I would have known to use it before. This is the Shea Moisture Raw Shea, and oh, me and Diva were practicing this the other day. Kapuasu, is that how you say it? Mommy Soothing Nursing Balm with Passiflora oil. This helps heal, soothe, and protect sensitive nipple area and compatible with breastfeeding. Woo, guys. If I still have the picture, I'll insert it. When my milk came in, my God, I looked like I had like breast implants. That's how fast and how much they came in. And then to get the milk to come down was a whole nother thing. And then to get my nips to not be super sensitive, that was a whole nother thing. I actually have what you call flat nipples. They're not inverted, they're just flat. They don't poke out. So that was a problem that I was having, and I found that using nipple cream to like soothe that area and allow them to come out and stay out while he was nursing was helpful. So hopefully that's not too much information for you guys, but I didn't know that was a thing. Nobody told me this. I didn't see it online. So I just want to be as helpful and transparent with this for you guys that can help you out in your pregnancy and your postpartum care. So like I was saying, the Soothing Nursing Balm really did help me. If you can use it maybe a week or two before you give birth, or maybe in your last trimester, just rub a little bit on. That does help with the chapping and the chafing of the area. If that area is well moisturized before you give birth, before you start to breastfeed, I feel like this will help you. So hopefully that helps. You don't have to use this brand, but this is what I have. I actually got this gifted in one of the bags from, I don't know, Big City Moms, I want to say, when we went to the expo. I want to say this was what was in that bag, because I have two of them. So yeah, I highly recommend this. I really like this. This is a cruelty, you know, Shea Moisture. I love Shea Moisture, and it's cruelty free. I'm not sure if this one is vegan. I feel like this is vegan because it doesn't have beeswax in it. But I don't know, I really like this. I have two bottles, like I said. I keep this one in my baby bag, and then I also keep the second one near the bedside. So that's helpful. If you guys start a bin next to your bed, that's also helpful with the recovery. But let me just get back into that. So I already spoke about the coconut oil, or something emollient for the chafing. That may happen. It may not happen. I don't know if it happened to me because I have super sensitive skin, especially in those areas. But I would have rather been safe than sorry. So I know for baby number 2, if there is going to be a baby number 2, what to do for the future. For me, I also did, for the first week after postpartum, they do recommend to use a belly band. This just helps your uterus get back down to the place that it's supposed to be and helps with swelling. For me, I didn't really experience any swelling at all. I was really blessed with that. I think because of the pregnancy that I did have, the lifestyle that I lived, the amount of water that I drank, that did help with my recovery immensely. So for my postpartum care, I did use a belly band, and not necessarily the belly band brand. I use the one that I actually go to the gym with. That's like double-sided. And it's just a Velcro, you know, that's what it sounds like anytime it comes off. And I just wrapped that around, and I asked my midwife if that was fine. And they said yes, if this was something that you wore before and you're comfortable with it, you could wear that. They just recommend you don't use anything that has any boning in it, like a corset. That's not good because it puts too much pressure on that midline where your abs connect, it puts too much pressure there. So you want something that's gonna come around and be nice and tight. I only wore that for about a week. By week 2, I was just annoyed. I didn't want anything touching me. It is comfortable, but when you constantly are here, there, and everywhere, and baby's on you and this and that, the last thing that I wanted to wear was the belly band. But water bottles. I think water bottles are really important because when you're a new mom, you forget to drink and eat and all that stuff. Having water bottle bedside for me was very helpful. If you are somebody that will literally forget to drink, maybe just get a gallon water bottle and keep that next to your bed and just sip on that through the day. I use a shaker bottle or the blender bottle, and I knew that in order to get a gallon a day, I had to refill it, I want to say 6 times. I did the math. I think it was like 6 times. So I just kept a mental note with that, and I also did, every time I fed baby, I would drink. And that really did help. I also recommend getting a straws. There's nothing like trying to drink and nurse a baby and you're spilling on them. So I have metal straws that my sister gifted me, and then I also purchased some at our local store. Where were we? Stater Brothers maybe? You can find them anywhere, Amazon. I wanted to try some bamboo ones out, but anywho, not about that. So keep a water bottle near your bed. I highly recommend sweatpants. Loose sweatpants. They were like a lifesaver for me, especially when you're healing. You could sit in bed and just be super comfortable. If you have to answer the door, if somebody comes, you're dressed, but you're still comfortable. If I wasn't in my sweatpants, I was in my high-waist biker shorts. Those I picked up from Forever 21. They're $3.90. Every time I purchase them in like sets of like 3 or 5 because I do wear them often. I wear them pretty often. So those are really comfortable. Comfort is key. When you're healing, comfort is key. And then also for what I was wearing, I did wear my Genie Bras. I never purchased nursing bras, but I knew with nursing you just need something that was nice and comfortable. Nothing that was too tight, nothing too tight around the nipple area. And I didn't have a problem with lifting my shirt up in nursing because I'm in the house with him. That didn't bother me. I felt like nursing bras was more if I was going to be out and about, to have that latch and be a little more discreet. But I'm in my house, nip out, who cares? So yeah, so the Genie Bra, I purchased mine from Bed Bath & Beyond. And I like Bed Bath & Beyond because I can use my coupons there with them as well, the 20% off. And I want to say a pack of like 2 was maybe $15, and then coupons $5 off 15. I ended up getting a really good deal. So and they come in black and they come in nude, and I have them in both. For me, they still work and I like them. Like I said, I have no problem. I couldn't recommend a nursing bra to you guys, because like I said, I didn't purchase any, but Genie Bras worked well for me. So while you're setting up your area next to your bed for baby, right? I found it wasn't hard to get up in the middle of the night to get things, but it was a lot easier if you had maybe a box. I purchased mine from IKEA. One that you could put your like underwears in, you could reuse it later. I just used that and made a little box next to my bed with diapers, wipes, gripe water. Gripe water is a really big one. Nipple pads. I have some reusable ones that I also was gifted when we went to the Big City Moms Expo, but when we were leaving outside of the house, disposable ones were easier for me. If you wanted something to be super discreet and all that stuff, you just take it into the stall with you and switch them out. Those were really easy for me. I purchased them in bulk, and then my best friend actually just sent me some. So you can get them from anywhere. I know different brands have different absorbency levels. So it just depends on how you want to do it, what your lifestyle is, but either or worked for me. I felt like the reusable ones, once the milk does start to come in, it's coming in super fast, heavy flow, they tend to fill up really fast, as opposed to the disposable ones. I could keep those on for a couple hours and then switch them out. So it just depends on you guys. So also next to the bed, you want to put that nipple cream that I spoke about into that kit. I had a charger, I had my chapstick, and in the bed, while I was in the bed, I still got use out of my my maternity pillow. My maternity pillow is like a U shape. I will insert a picture again. I purchased this off of Amazon. I was actually speaking to my friend that also had a baby. Her son is a week older than mine, and I was like, oh, I still use my maternity pillow. She's like, maternity pillow? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I never had one. I just used a lot of pillows. I'm like, girl, no. Like, if you get pregnant again, get a maternity pillow. I don't know what you do after it. Like, after you're done having babies, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe cut it up and make a smaller pillow. I don't know if you can do that, but I just felt like it was such a lifesaver. During my pregnancy, I called it the cocoon. And even still with that, I did use extra pillows. I used my pillows, I used David pillows, I used pillows from the couch. For me, comfort was key because I had such terrible back labor that even a week after back labor, a week after having Denver, I still had radiating pain in my back, which I need to go to the chiropractor because I was reading chiropractor will help with that. I still haven't had a chance to go to chiropractor, but yes, what helped me in those days was a heating pad that I could prop up next to, like, in the pillow and lay back on the pillow, and that maternity pillow with the extra pillows. So pillows are key. I don't care. I was rolling blankets. I have like little couch blankets that are really really soft fleece blankets, like Bob Marley one and all that stuff, leopard print, zebra print. I just rolled them up and positioned them in ways under my back. And it helps so much with that postpartum care. Having a well-rounded diet was very helpful. Like I said, drinking water and sleeping as much as I could. Funny enough, the first couple weeks wasn't that bad with sleep, only because my body was already on such a schedule before I had Denver that I wasn't sleeping a lot because I was so uncomfortable that it kind of just kept with me. I think the Lord put that in my path to say, listen, so you won't have such a terrible time with your postpartum care and recovery. This is how the end of your pregnancy is going to be, so it doesn't change too much, and it brings you right on into motherhood. So for me, really important. If you're somebody that can prep food way beforehand and have things frozen, like frozen meals, and then have fresh meals delivered to you, that's also helpful. For me, I couldn't prep meals because I was so sick and I didn't know what I would want to eat if I could eat the way I was able to eat before getting pregnant. We couldn't just prep meals because we didn't know how it was gonna go. So it was helpful that my sister lived right across the street. It was also helpful that David took a couple days off of work so we can gather ourselves and see what was gonna work for us. But those first couple weeks after, I was snacking on a bunch of watermelon and apples and things for digestion. Oh, okay. Take my word on this. After you have a baby, right? You have the baby natural vaginally. Stool softener to make sure that when you're having your bowel movement, it passes fine. A lot of that bearing down motion can cause a lot of stress in that, that anal tract, and you can have problems going to the bathroom. It can be very painful. For me, the first couple bowel movements were okay. After that, because I forgot about my water intake, because nursing depletes you so much, I kind of forgot about it maybe after like a week, 2 weeks, and oh wow. So I could just highly recommend that you guys take possibly a stool softener, make sure you're eating enough fiber and having more than enough water. Drink double the amount of water that you were drinking before, and that will gravely help you. Trust. When I say trust me on this one, trust me on this one. Like, it's not, we won't argue over it. Just drink a lot of water, have your fiber, and if you feel that you need it, take a stool softener. I just recommend it. I would say for that healing process, highly recommend it, because So I believe that's all my tips. If I have any other ones that I forgot, I said a heating pad, right? Oh, okay, 2 more things. If you did end up having to get a stitch or 2 or whatever your situation is, because that area is healing and that area is still very tender, I would highly recommend getting an aloe. I chose an aloe with lidocaine. Lidocaine is a numbing cream, and I read all the ingredients in it. It seemed pretty good, and I was reading online. Other people recommended it. It just helps that area with recovery. Aloe is soothing and cooling, and the lidocaine is numbing. If you guys needed to, you could take, was it Tylenol or ibuprofen? I don't even remember at this point because I don't take medicines like that, but it was recommended for me to take that with swelling. I didn't have any swelling, so I was fine. So I just did lidocaine and aloe down there, and then I also did a dermaplast spray, and that is also a numbing spray. It's a cooling numbing spray. Anytime I used the bathroom, I would go through that whole Sitz Bath routine, spray a little lidocaine on the pad, you know, put the pad and then put my shorts or my pants back on, and I was fine. I am definitely a person that anytime I have a bowel movement, I would like to take a shower, but in those first recovery weeks, your energy is low, you're tired, and you just might not have enough time to do so. So doing that Sitz Bath was something that was very helpful for me as well in the healing process. And I spoke about the pads with your absorbency, whatever you like to use, I would recommend using. Because you are back and forth to the bathroom pretty often, you might not need maxis. It depends on how your flow is. Mine wasn't super crazy. After like 2 days, it wasn't super crazy. So I want to say that is all of my postpartum care tips. Like I said, I just wanted to share this with you guys because I didn't see any videos out there with the truth about postpartum care. Everybody makes it seem to be all rainbows and sunshine, and it's really not. There were some days the pain was so much for me. I was like that's all I can do. It is a painful thing, but after maybe about a week, I was okay with the pain down there from healing, and then week 2 and 3, I was fine. But definitely the first week in healing and recovery is a bit painful, but you guys can get through it if you have to take Tylenol, take Tylenol. I was just somebody that I could grit through it, sit in bed and just breathe, drink my water, have my fruit, and be okay. So hopefully all is well with you guys. And if you guys want to let me know your delivery story and your postpartum care, what tips and tricks, so we can let the rest of the community know, let me know down below. I would love to hear it and read it. And hopefully all is well. And please remember to be blessed, well dressed, and not stressed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.